Hey guys, it's Castro72, and I got tagged by Vidium for my gaming history. Vidium, thank you so much for doing that. I've seen all these tag videos all over YouTube, and I've never been tagged, so dude, this is the first tag video I'm going to be doing for my channel. Anyway, I looked around because honestly I don't know the originator of this tag video, so I kind of like looked around and saw what other people did for it. And it turns out it's some sort of like your history of gaming, I'm assuming. So I wrote a couple notes down just to kind of keep my mind on focus. But I'm an old guy, guys. I'm 37 years old. And I remember gaming back in the 1970s. And when I was in kindergarten, or just ending kindergarten and going into first grade, I remember the Atari 2600 age. And like I remember all my friends like talking about Atari and you know, just talking about how it was close to the arcade, like and the thing is I never went to arcades back then, but I did get a chance to finally play my first video game at a Sears Roebuck that they had a display, and it really wasn't an Atari, it was an Atari clone. It was called the Sears Telegames Video Arcade System. And that is actually the first time I've ever played a video game, when I was like in first grade, and my dad bought it for me. I don't have my original one, but it looks just like an Atari. It's pretty much the same. It says Video Arcade like right here. You guys probably can't read that, and it says Telegames right there. But and it's by Sears Roebuck. It's a tiny print down here. And basically, Atari like licensed out the Atari hardware so that Sears could like sell it under their label. But that was my first system, my first real system. I mean, I also had a couple Pong systems from garage sales and stuff like that. But the Atari, or Sears Telegames as it was called, was my first system. And that was back in like 1977. And around, I guess, 1984, that's when I kind of remember the video game crash. Like, no one was playing their Ataris anymore. Intellivision and ColecoVision had come out, and there was that like a little systems war. But like video games started dying, and there was a lot of cheap product. I remember bargain bins everywhere, at Kmart's and stuff with like dollar games. And everything was kind of crappy, just really crappy games sold at low prices, and the whole thing crashed. And by then, I remember we started playing more computer games. Like Commodore 64 was big, the Commodore VIC-20. I had the Commodore 64. I still have it. It's in my closet. I don't know if it works anymore. And by the time I got to high school, which was like 1986, I was a freshman, like computers were pretty big. But just around that time, the Nintendo Entertainment System came out, and I didn't really care about it, believe it or not. I was just like, oh, you know, I heard, you know, there's a new video game system coming out. And the thing is, my brother was still in grade school. I think he might have been 7th grade, I guess, if I was a freshman in high school. And his friends were talking about the NES, and everybody wanted it. And I remember, I guess it was the Christmas of 1986, they were sold out, and we didn't get ours. And I didn't really give a care, I didn't care, but my brother wanted it. But Toys R Us restocked in January of 1987, right after the Christmas season, and we did get our first one. And I got hooked. I was the primary user of the NES. My brother, I mean, played it and all, but I ended up loving the NES, and to this day I still have that original NES. It still works. The 72-pin connector is fine. I only play the games that I got boxed with the system at the time. Anything I get from thrift stores and stuff, I do not play on the system because I don't want to crud it up, because it still works. I was, you know, pretty good with it. Anyway, I know I'm going to be running out of time if I keep reminiscing, but my friends had a Sega Master System. We used to like play games over at their house. Love that system. Now I collect for it. In 1989, the Genesis came out, And I was like almost a senior in high school, and my mom was still buying me Christmas presents. So she took me to a KB Toys, and I was such a loser. She asked me like, "Oh, pick out something. I'll get you for Christmas." And I chose the Genesis. And I remember everyone was deciding between Genesis and TurboGrafx. I got the Genesis. Oh, it came with Altered Beast. Loved it. I actually wrapped it up and waited until Christmas because we had just bought it maybe several weeks before Christmas. And I actually had it under the tree waiting for me. That was exciting. But a couple months later, I went to a friend's house, and he had a TurboGrafx 16, and I saw Keith Courage in Alpha Zone, and I had to buy that system. So I got a TurboGrafx 16. That was like in 1989, all that stuff happened. In 1990, just as I was entering college, Super Nintendo came out, and I loved that system. You guys saw my Super Nintendo box collection. I really love that system a lot. I think it was my most favorite Nintendo system ever. NES comes close. Then in 1995 or 94, the PS1 came out, and N64 was big, and I bought that. And the Saturn, I bought that prematurely. I got that when Sega kind of just jumped the gun and released it early, because they had a street date for it. But they surprised all the companies and like released it like the summer before the fall. They were supposed to release it, and I bought it for like crazy amount of money. I forgot, it was like $400 or close to $500. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I bought that. In 1996, I graduated college. Sega Dreamcast came out in 1999 when I was already working as an accountant. Bought the Sega Dreamcast, loved it. Then I left accounting, I started working in Target, and the PS2 and Xbox and the GameCube came out, and I got them all on launch days because I was working at Target there. And then 2005, I guess Xbox 360 came out, I bought it on launch. Also got the Wii on launch. I did not get the PS3 on launch. I'm actually new to PS3. I got that in 2008. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's my gaming history. I went through the whole gamut. I know there's like handhelds in there that I've played, and actually a lot of arcade type of playtime. There was a place called Diversions that was right near my house. I used to go there all the time. It's dead now. And that's pretty much it. I remember going to 7-Eleven and playing Paperboy and Gauntlet. And for those of you who never used to like go to arcades, like you'd take your quarter, your token, and you'd put it up on the marquee of the arcade cabinet, and you'd be in line. Like there'd be a line of quarters, or tokens, and whoever's was next up. And I remember doing that. Other than that, guys, that's pretty much my gaming history. I went through like pretty much all the major consoles. And now I collect, and that's my big thing. So anyway, just wanted to say happy gaming. Vidium, thanks for tagging me. I'm tagging 3 guys, and it'll be in the sidebar. I'm tagging ThatGuyARH, Tommy T53, and GreenJanuary. It was really hard for me to decide. I love all you guys. I watch all your videos, and it was hard for me to decide on 3. But I'm picking those 3 guys. They're really cool, and that's pretty much it. Happy gaming, guys.